Hello and welcome back to the morning jackpot presented by SoBet. If you're not already on SoBet, what are you doing? I woke up this morning after not watching the 9:30 slate of baseball. I'm not going to tell you the exact number, but there was a lot of money sitting right there because of SoBet. You got to understand there are situations in life that you have to tackle, and that one thing is SoBet.io. Go sign up using code Jackpot. Today we have quite the show. We got a couple of fun guests coming on the show today, but more importantly, it's Boston Celtics game day. That is the most important announcement of the day. Game 3, Celtics Mavericks. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to cover it. And we are going to explain why Jason Tatum is about to go for 40 points. Appreciate Ethan in the chat for saying everybody should get on SoBet. Use code Jackpot to sign up. It's to support the show, help out the show, but more importantly, to help your own needs when you're sports betting and to be the best sports bettor possible. We got a stat line here from Ethan. Appreciate everybody leaving chats, tuning in on this beautiful day. It's Wednesday, man. It's game 3 of the NBA Finals, and we're so close. You hear it in Tatum's voice in the pressers. They're that close. They don't want to mess this up, but they're playing with more confidence than they've ever played with. You're up 2-0. Don't crumble. Just play your game. Ethan says, Tatum 43-9-5, Celtics by 10. Let's go, Jack. Shout out Ethan in the chat. Jake Arthur says, banner 18 incoming. Wow. Please leave a like on this YouTube live. It helps. And just, show some love. Always be showing love, because I feel like anybody that just shows love in life, good things happen to them. Let's see what we got here. Bro said Tatum is going to have 40 points the last 3 games and then shoots 26. You really want to talk about that right now? You want to talk about how Jason Tatum is not shooting the basketball well? You want to talk about how I've been wrong about how Jason Tatum should score 30 points, but he's not? Fine. We can talk about it. In the first 2 games, Jason Tatum did something that no other superstar other than LeBron James could do, and maybe Jokic. He did not allow shooting and scoring woes, or more so just scoring, the stat line scoring, to affect his team in a negative way, to affect the outcome of a game in a negative way. No other superstar can say that they can go out there and shoot poorly and they're still going to affect the team in a positive way, other than maybe Steph Curry, because the thing about Steph is he could go 1 for 47 and he's still going to be so impactful because of how much attention it takes to guard a guy like Stephen Curry. The same thing goes for Jason Tatum. I know he's not Steph. I know he can't shoot like Steph. But in terms of how you guard Jason Tatum, it's very similar to how you guard Steph Curry in a lot of ways, in terms of the attention that it takes to guard a player like Jason Tatum. He is averaging pretty much a triple-double. Who cares about percentage? I agree, Nathan. Or not Nathan, Ethan. Nathan's joining the show shortly. You got me, Ethan Taylor. I feel like that name just, it makes Nathan. But anyways, to me, I don't believe in shooting percentage. I don't believe in this idea that players need to be efficient. No, they don't. If you're paid $300 million and you're in the NBA Finals and you're 2 for 9, is that a good shooting percentage? No. What happens next, though? The next possession down, the $300 million player. He has to take the next shot, and he's got to make it. And it doesn't matter about those first 9 shots. They're done. It's about being a relentless shooter. It's about being somebody that can go down the court after being 1 for 10 and say, you know what, give me the ball. I'm going to drain this step back 3 right now. Those are the greatest players. That was Kobe. That was MJ. That was LeBron. That was Steph Curry. The 4 greatest basketball players this game has ever seen, including a Michael Jordan or Kevin Durant. Throw those 4 guys in there. Those are the players I talk about. Sure, they might be efficient because they're the greatest basketball players ever. They got to be somewhat efficient, but it's not about efficiency. It's about being relentless. You know what relentless means? It means sucking in the first 2 games, shooting the basketball, and coming into game 3 of the NBA Finals. And because you are the superstar on your team, because you are Jason Tatum, you are relentless. And you go for 40. Just because those shooting woes are there does not mean you stop shooting. Does not mean you stop creating for yourself. I cannot wait for Jason Tatum to go for 40 points in game 3. Always go back to that Philly series where he wasn't great early in the series, then he hit 50 because that's what he can do. Exactly. That's what people don't understand. They don't get it. It's okay. Everyone tries to ignore that Jason Tatum was down 3-2 2 years ago on the road against the defending champ Milwaukee Bucks, and he went for 46 points on the road. On the road. And then the following year, he was also down 3-2 on the road. And although he did not have a great first half against Philadelphia, in that second half, what happened? Well, kind of had to wait till the fourth quarter, but he drained 4 threes in a row, and he won the game, sent the game back to Boston, gets it to a game 7. And I always hear this thing, everyone's always like, Jason Tatum in game 7 chokes. Jason Tatum can't play well in game 7s. He doesn't show up in game 7s. He had 51 points in game 7 against Philadelphia in an elimination game. What are you talking about? It's greatness that people ignore and try to hate on. And that's okay. But when we win the title this year, nobody can say anything other than congratulations, Boston. You did it. If Celtics win the championship, I think JB or Drew will win the MVP because Tatum responded to Jason Kidd by saying JB is the best player on the Celtics because he responded with explanation so distracted. What? No. You're done. Jim, you're done. I was going to respond to that because it was, a lot of information, big paragraph. And I just got lost reading it. So we're going to go on in the next one. The most ever in a game 7, let's not forget. Jason Tatum literally had the greatest game 7 performance of all time. And people choose to ignore it. People choose to say he can't play well in a game 7. Tatum is still a superstar, which is what many don't realize. I love that. Appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Shout out Eric in the chat. No hate, though. I think he's great. I think you're allowed to not like a player. You're allowed to try and hate on a player to a certain degree. And then it becomes a little too much. Then it becomes, all right, you're just judging him for things that he's actually not doing, which is like everyone's saying he's playing like the 3rd best player on a team right now. He's not. He's the MVP. And I want to make that very clear. And tonight, he proves it more than ever with a 40-point performance in game 3. We got Nathan backstage. I'm here to bring him on. I'm going to set the tone. I'm going to start screaming at him. But Nathan, Nate, legend.
You start screaming at me for what?
Because Jason Tatum is going for 40 tonight.
Mavs are winning game 3, bro.
Bro, shut your...
No, I'm playing. Look, listen.
No, you might not be playing. Here, I'm going to...
He might.
You up a little bit. All right, you're good to go.
You know what I'll say? I'll say Celtics in 5. Like, Celtics are gonna drop one of these 2 games, but I think their whole goal of this road trip is like steal 1,
Mhm.
close it out game 5.
Yeah, that's my mindset right now. I think after we won game 2, I just thought about like, hey, we're in a position right. The media is going to say whatever they want to say about Jason Tatum right now. The media is going to blow it out of proportion, but in reality, the first 2 games means we handled them. We took care of business. We did exactly what we needed to do. We didn't stress ourselves out by dropping a game at home. And now we're in a situation where game 3, game 4, it doesn't matter which one we win. We just got to get one of them. And then you close it out in Boston in game 5. There's obvious, I don't think it's a fear, but there is a reality that Dallas wins game 3, they could also win game 4 and tie this thing back up. And a lot of that reality has to do with Kristaps Porzingis and his uncertainty in this current moment. I've been trying to read a little bit into it. Nah, don't. Who's saying show us the hairline, Jack? Hell no.
That's all I'm looking at right now. Come on, the people need to see at least a Celtics championship. Show the hairline.
If the Celtics win it all, I'll take this hat off. Y'all see me y'all see me on a duck boat celebrating with Tatum in Boston. So maybe I'll take my hat off then.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough.
But do you believe? Let's just talk Kristaps. Like, I'm seeing that he wants to play. You've been telling me all week it's like he'll die on the court out there. He's been saying it himself. Doctors are basically saying this injury, it's going to need surgery, but he can play on it. It's going to need surgery after the season, but he can play on it if you like wrap it up, tape it up, put the brace on it the right way. Any awkward falls, any up and down jumps that he lands awkwardly, I think he's cooked. So I'm thinking to myself, is it even worth it to put Kristaps out there? I know this is the NBA Finals, but that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, because at that point you're risking a Achilles tear. So like you don't want to do that.
Right. That's what happened with Kevin Durant a couple of years ago. Not a couple, but like remember when he was playing against Toronto, he got injured early on in the playoffs, and then they tried to bring him back for game 5 and started the game well, made a positive impact. But there's a reason why these guys are injured. There's a reason why they shouldn't be playing. And then Kevin Durant is now not on the Golden State Warriors, and that in many ways probably influenced his departure. I don't know completely, but you gotta understand there's a bigger picture to everything. And if Kristaps Porzingis is not healthy and he's not good to go, you cannot let him go play this game because we can win it without him. I'll tell you that much. We don't have to win this game tonight. It's a game we can go steal and legitimately be one game away from winning it all. So if you were in charge of it, would you play Kristaps?
No. I would say, like, don't play him game 3, but look to play him in like a game 5 or like a game 6 maybe. But I mean, bro, it's also so tough because it's like he's such an important part of the team, you know?
Yes, but I think we got to this point without him to a certain degree. We definitely got to the NBA Finals without Kristaps Porzingis.
But you guys are not in, like, you guys look this good because, like, not solely because of him, but like
we're unbeatable because of him. We don't lose when Kristaps is in the lineup. What makes us vulnerable is the fact that when we lose Kristaps, we get a little less depth in that big man position. You have to play a little small ball, right? It makes Tatum have to be even bigger, have to be more of a rebounder. It makes Horford have to play extra minutes. So, yeah, it hurts us in the aspect of depth, but in terms of the actual team that we have, I'm fully confident without Kristaps Porzingis. And I think we can win the series without Kristaps. I think we can win game 3 without Kristaps. Why? You see that down there? You see what it says, Nathan? You know what today is? Do we all understand what game this is? This is not the NBA Finals versus the Celtics and Mavericks. This is not the Jaylen Brown MVP parade. This is not Drew Holiday getting a game-winning. This is Jason Tatum's game. This is Game 3 Tatum.
Am I hearing? Let's see what his points total is, because this, reminder, this is the morning jackpot. We need the jackpot.
We need the jackpot. Oh, trust me. Over, if it's it might have got all the way down to 25.5 at this point.
Let's take a look.
I was looking at something like 25 plus and 3 threes. But that's a little crazy for your liking. You don't like to take those Celtics.
26.5. Oh, hell no. 26.5 points. Yeah, I don't like that.
You don't like that?
This
is Jason Tatum we're talking about.
Yeah, he's averaging 17 right now.
I understand. He can average 17 for the rest of his life. He'll still have the ability on a Game 3 to say, you know what? I'm Jason Tatum. I'm going for 40. It's Game 3 Tatum.
Shit. Bro, these lines are tough. Luka's 32.5. Tatum 26.5.
Hammer.
Jaylen Brown 23.5. Kyrie 23.5. Stay away.
I would lean towards taking Kyrie. I do think that Kristaps not only is valuable offensively, but there's something about what he does defensively.
Yeah.
Because what was like one of the big things we talked about before the series was Al Horford switching on to guys like Kyrie and Luka Doncic and making sure that doesn't happen as often as possible. And tonight you're probably going to see more Al Horford switches on to Luka and Kyrie because Kristaps is probably not going to be playing or has limited minutes. So Kristaps not being on the court, it almost hurts us more defensively. So we got somebody to think Kyrie unders though.
Yeah, he's your guys' rim protector. So I feel like the juiciest line to me is Al Horford 9.5 points. That under has never looked better.
You're gonna take Al Horford's under on the night that Kristaps doesn't play.
Well, I mean, either way, he always stays in the corner.
Bro, the amount of sweaty threes you're gonna have to sweat.
You're right.
Dude, I don't want to see Al shoot the ball. He shoots it every time. It's like he's like James Harden. Catches it, shot. It's going up.
And sometimes it goes in.
Yeah,
you don't like Al Horford? Is he like the one?
No, I love Al.
Celtics you don't like? Okay.
No, I love him. I just think ultimately what he does sometimes, it can be a little bit too much. Like he's like Marcus Smart, but the big guy. Marcus, a lot of times, would always be the defensive guy, get the 50-50 balls. And because he was doing all that shit, he was like, well, I can take a contested 3-point bad jump shot and maybe it goes in and I'm the hero. If not, well, I've made all these defensive plays. I feel like Al very similarly is like, you get what you get from Al Horford and you don't get upset. I love Al, but with that being said, there are definitely some questionable shots sometimes.
Yeah, there's like a ceiling for Al Horford.
Yeah, it's just like he's probably gonna hit that over. He'll probably have 3 threes and a couple of dunks, but that's actually not a bad bet. Over 9.5. I like the over.
I like that under. Because like in a close game, he's not going to get that many looks. Last game was like kind of close, and he had 5 points.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Tatum.
He only had 5 last game?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You know what I like a lot, though? Tatum for rebounds and assists is 15.5. Rebounds plus assists. I'm smashing that over. Because like Tatum loves getting boards. It's probably going to be no Kristaps. He always kicks it out. He gets his like what 6 to 7 assists.
Yeah, you can rely on 12 and 6 from Tatum.
Yeah. I'm liking that.
That's actually a hell of a bet. I'm not going to take it because I'm not cheering for Tatum to make assists and rebounds, but actually, that's a great bet. Maybe I'll just PRA it. What's the PRA? No. Smart gamblers here. Rebounds, assists, over 15.5. That's the lock of the day.
Let's see.
Peyton Pritchard over half of buzzer beaters. That's a crazy line. All right. Well, I think one thing I've been hearing a lot of is the struggles of Kyrie Irving. And you know, a lot of people are like, the reason why the Celtics are up 2-0, the reason why Dallas is down 2-0 is because Kyrie's not playing well. I'm like, I think it's just because the Celtics are playing well. I think it's because the Celtics are just better. I don't know if it's anything really that Kyrie's not doing well. I mean, he's playing fine. He's not playing great. He's not playing
in his head. He's clearly in his head.
Ooh. So you believe that Kyrie's truly struggling?
I think his struggles have been in the Garden. Like, I think home, like, we're going to see a much different Dallas team, I think, now, like today. Especially with, I mean, fun fact, I think you know this, by the way. No Dallas player has made 2 threes besides Luka Doncic. He's the only player on the Dallas Mavericks that has made more than 1 3-point field goal. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Which also brings me into my next point, and I want to make a video about this, but Luka's legacy is so damn similar to LeBron's. Like, the trajectory of it. LeBron James's first finals, right? He took a bunch of plumbers to the finals against the Spurs. He got swept 4-0. The Spurs were a much better team, and he was outmatched, right? He carried them. Now, here we have Luka taking a bunch of, I want to say plumbers, but definitely a worse team than the Celtics from top to bottom, on paper at least. And his team isn't showing up for him, and he's putting his team on his back, and he's on a trajectory to also lose 4-0. So it's very interesting. I think Luka is going to have that LeBron effect throughout his career, and we're already seeing it in his first finals being almost identical to LeBron's first finals.
That's a great way to explain it, Nathan. We have Lloyd joining the show here from his iPhone. And
actually,
this is
that boy on the iPhone today. Oh shit! I mean, it still looks good though.
It's better quality than his fucking computer.
Dude, I'm telling you it is, bro. The internet in this house has some serious issues, bro. I mean, we've been down bad for like the past couple weeks here. How we doing, fellas? Good morning.
I'm doing great. I mean,
doing great, man.
I'm labeling it as Game 3 Tatum, but so why is Dallas winning tonight, Lloyd?
Because they have to. It's such a long shot to say it now, bro. I mean, even if Kyrie comes out tonight and plays super well, they got to win both games in Dallas. Obviously, even if they win the night, they lose game 4, it's still over. It just sucks that we got in this position. I really wanted to be 1-1 going back, but I mean, the Celtics are just, to me, it just looks like they're not only the better team, but they just like, I don't know, man. I mean, I really wanted the Mavs to be able to do this thing, and they're just not going to be able to. It's just Luka. It feels like you're watching Warriors, Cavs all over again with those LeBron teams, man, because Luka's got no help, and we all were kind of worried about this with the kind of like the individual play for Dallas, if it could be good enough to beat the Celtics team. And the first 2 games it wasn't, and I don't know if it being at home is going to really be any different because the defense that Boston's playing right now, not blitzing, making Luka hit the floater, taking away the lob, and making Luka be the main guy. Let Luka go for 50 and don't let anybody else do anything. That strategy has worked.
Yeah.
And if they keep it up in Dallas, I think the result's going to be majority the same. I would love to sit here and say that I think Dallas wins the game tonight, but I'm not going to lie. My heart tells me that they probably don't. So
Yeah.
if I was a betting man in the game tonight, I'm taking Dallas money line because of the narrative that I have, but I would take the Celtics -2 if I was a betting man.
Yeah, I think there's two storylines. Nate and I both talked about it a little bit to start the show, but the one being Kristaps' injury, and then two being the struggles of Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with both of those storylines kind of coming into game 3, wondering, is Kristaps either not going to be healthy but limited minutes and he's not really impactful the way he was in game 1, game 2? Does he not even play? And then for Kyrie, it's like, does he step up, or is Boston's defense just been so good that it's not Kyrie not playing well?
Yeah.
Boston's just locking him up. So let's start with Kristaps here.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Celtics without Kristaps Porzingis on the court? If he's not playing tonight or just very limited minutes, clearly not healthy. I know what the injury is. He's going to try and play it. It looks like. I don't know how long it's going to last. We kind of have to just judge this Celtics team without Kristaps Porzingis for the time being. So do you believe the Celtics can be as dominant looking as they have been in game 1 and game 2 without Kristaps Porzingis in Dallas too?
I personally do not think that they can because of what he does defensively. He's a menace defensively. Game 1, he played extremely well too. I think a lot of people forget that. Game 1, he was almost technically the reason they won the game. In game 2, it was Drew Holiday. And so, I mean, and again, this is the problem. Like, everybody gets so caught up in the Celtics narrative, right? Tatum, Brown, who's better? Who's won a Finals MVP? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? We're talking about a team that's lost 2 playoff games. Okay, this is a really good basketball
duo that is on the same team. They're on the same team. It's not we're not debating Tatum versus KD right now.
Yes,
we're not debating Tatum versus Luka. Why are people dating? Not dating. I'm dating Tatum and Brown.
Sure.
Pause.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, to me, I mean, obviously, we love to talk in media. We love to do it. We love to have those fun conversations. Who's better? Who's what? Whatever. At the end of the day, you're trying to win a championship. At the end of the day, for all the Boston Celtics fans, they want to win a championship.
Exactly.
Now, the problem, really, if you want to look at it from superstardom, right? If you want to look at it from, okay, well, where's Tatum and Brown been? Okay, guess what? They're not going to Tatum's not going to not score a 35-point game the entire series. Jaylen Brown's not going to go the entire series and not score 31 times. Mm-hmm. So now if you want to add that into the equation, that this could be the night that Jaylen Brown goes for 35, it makes this game a lot more difficult for Dallas to win. And Tatum as well. Mix them in there, right? They both haven't played phenomenal, right? Jaylen Brown's played decent. Tatum has also played decent. Neither one of them have played to the superstar potential that we know that they both have. Yeah. Now, back to the main question, Porzingis, the Celtics team without him, still solid, still can obviously win a game. I don't know necessarily defensively is where things will get a little weary because he does so much around the rim and he spaces the floor a lot when he's out there on the offense side of the ball too. And against this Dallas defense that doesn't really have that many elite defenders, it makes it very hard to guard the Boston Celtics. So without him, it's going to be tough. I think you said that he's going to try to play tonight. I saw something that he was going to try to play tonight as well. I don't know what the minutes look like, but if he can even give, like, game 1, I don't feel like he played a ton of minutes, right, Jack? Like 24 minutes, something like that. Like, I feel like if he can just give 18 to 23 minutes out there, like quality time, and be efficient when he's on the floor, I think he should be all right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think tonight's game is the series. I mean, let's keep it a buck. It is what it is. And if Dallas wins, it's over. Jack, congratulations. And if Dallas wins, then we look forward to game 4.
Yeah. So I think we do all of this yapping today about all the different storylines and scenarios, when in reality, the one thing that can truly trump all in game 3 is Tatum goes out there for 40.
Yeah.
Boston wins the game. And I feel like there's this thing where we always like to say game 6 Clay. Well, it's game 3 Tatum. And I don't know if game 3 Tatum necessarily sounds all that flashy and fantastic because it's game 3. Who gives a shit about game 3? But in reality, you look at game 3 and you're like, well, this is usually when the Celtics go on the road, backs against the wall. Normally they're down 1-1. So I feel like the Celtics are more prepared heading into a game 3 on the road than they've ever been. And yet I'm like, Dallas probably should win because they're down 2-0. And if they lose, the series is over.
Yeah.
I just think Tatum could trump all tonight.
That's a good mentality. And I also think like the main formula for the Celtics to win tonight, it's like we need to see a finals MVP tonight. We need to see either Tatum or Brown going off. One of the two needs to we need to see who's finals MVP tonight for the Boston Celtics.
By the way, just turn on ESPN. What is it? Can I turn my phone?
Yeah, it's just, bro, show me the fucking headline, whatever this bullshit is.
It's actually really good about your guy here. Fuck, I can't. I left it off. Tatum's plus minus in the postseason. With him off the floor, they have an even plus minus as a team, 0. With him on the floor, they're plus 166 plus minus as a team. Can the Celtics keep winning with Tatum's poor shooting? Boston's 25 plus with Tatum was on. They're 25 plus minus in the positive direction with Tatum on the floor in the series. Negative with him off. But he is 4 for 14 from three-point land, 28.6% from the 3, and he's 12 for 38 shooting 30% in the series. Yeah, he's not playing. He's not shooting great. I don't want to say he's not playing good because he's actually playing decent. I've watched.
Yeah, you better watch yourself. You better not say he's not playing good. He's playing just fine.
Playing fine. He really is playing fine. I know he's not scoring a shit ton of points. Everybody gets pissy, but he's just fine. He's making the right play and good stuff. But he doesn't shoot the ball a little better, especially in Dallas tonight. It's gonna be tough to get buckets in Dallas tonight.
Yeah, but he's different on the road. This Celtics team is different on the road. All these narratives that the media creates, they just switch everything up to favor whatever is against the Boston Celtics in the moment. When in reality, in a past series, we'd be like, Boston's the better team on the road than they are at home. So, and they just won 2 home games looking like the varsity team against the JV team. So Boston wins tonight.
Yeah.
You want to know something that I just realized? One thing about all-time greats, they always shine on the road. Patrick Mahomes says he loves to be the villain on the road. Yes. Tom Brady too. Like
Steph did it. Steph did it to me. He did it to me.
That's right.
Yeah.
They love being the villain on the road. So if Tatum's an all-time great, like you say he is, Jack, and you want to keep on slurping it up, he's got to show up tonight.
He will. Trust. Lloyd, I didn't have you on yesterday, but there was a little breaking news over the course of the last couple of days with the Dan Hurley nonsense. So I'd love to just get your take on that because, you know, you and I, we have like a little bit different perspective. Everything's about perspective in the world of sports, it feels like. But for me, I was looking at it more as like college basketball is going to be cooked if he leaves. And then like, where are the Lakers now that the Lakers weren't able to get him and they offered him the $70 million that was clearly not enough. And so I was kind of looking at it from the like Lakers front office perspective of like, how do you mess this up? But in terms of just Dan Hurley saying, screw the Lakers, I'm coming back to three-peat. What are your thoughts on the whole Dan Hurley back to UConn situation?
Yeah, I mean, obviously my main thing was when last time we talked about it was the fact that, dude, if he leaves, he takes that Lakers job, all of the dominant forces and the dominant powerhouses that we've seen in college basketball over the past 10 to 15 years would be dead if he took that job. And I'm not saying that it would be solely on Dan Hurley, but as the guy that's won back-to-back national championships, maybe on like back-to-back wise, like back-to-back, those two teams that were back-to-back were better than Florida's back-to-back in 06 and 07. Though, like, as the best back-to-back head coach of all time, if he takes that LA job, college basketball, NIL, it all kind of goes to shit. We talked about that. And I still do believe that. And I think that he really did some saving with some of these kids. I'm not going to lie, man. They would have had 30 days to enter the transfer portal. They would have had basically nowhere to go. I mean, they could come to Duke if they wanted to, but we'll talk about that at a later date. I mean, but look, this was when I saw it, I was ecstatic, bro, because we talked about this, Jack. there was one guy that really had the ability to save it, and it was him by not taking that job. Now, I did see a TikTok, and I don't know if some of the years would pull off some of the damage if he did do this, but that he really wants the New York Knicks job, that he's assuming will come up and be available in the next couple of years if, Tom Thibodeau blows that thing open because the Knicks can't ever win anything. So he's assuming he wants that head coach job. He's a Jersey guy. Obviously, he's from UConn, blah, blah, whatever. I heard rumors around town that he wants that job.
Mhm.
And if that's the case, I mean, I don't know, go coach a couple more years at UConn and then see if you can grab it, I guess. But I guess it was the LA job to him made no sense.
No, it didn't. It didn't. And
Yeah.
I'll jump in there on the New York thing. I think that people, that was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, if you're denying the LA job, what is it? You want the Celtics job? You want the Knicks job? Like,
Right.
because I felt like he wanted to be an NBA guy eventually. But I think for Hurley, he took a step back. He understood where he was in his life. And he realized that in 2 or 3 years, maybe he has 2 more national championships and a bigger offer on the table because money means more in 2 years. And then a different, better job comes available. But you kind of just have to play it day by day with this coaching job thing, because it's like, who expected this rumor to come out? And who knows what's going to happen 2 years from now, 3 years, next year? Nobody has any idea. So if I'm Dan Hurley, I just stay put at UConn. I do what I do best. And if another job comes up in a couple of years, don't force it. Don't plan for it, but just appreciate that, like, you could get a better offer in a couple of years, and I fully expect him to. He can't go into the NBA and be the
like
5th or 6th highest bed coach. You can't be a Monty Williams paid coach if you're Dan Hurley.
Right. Yes. I know, and that I do agree with. But again, like, 2 more points here. His age is one of the factors, right? We watched Brad Stevens, Billy Donovan do this when they were young, bro. Like, we watched them do this fresh out. Like, trust me, as a Dookie, I remember that team back in 2010 with, Gordon Hayward, whatever. And then he lost to us. He missed the half quarter. We win the national championship, and he goes to the NBA. Brad Stevens was dude, I'm not gonna lie. Brad Stevens was like maybe 30 when he went to the NBA. Like, he was so young. Billy Donovan, same situation in Florida, same situation with age. Left when he was super young, went to the NBA, has been in the NBA forever, and just recently got out. Like, Bob, for Dan, it's different, bro, because he's older. Like, and you wonder if you're gonna take a job like that, how long you can have that job. And I don't know. To me, it wasn't a good fit. I think he did a really good situation. And the other point that I want to make is he can win a 3rd straight national title. There is something that has literally never been done. There's never been a team that has gone back to back to back March Madness champions. And this is a team, right? Look, I know they're losing a lot. Steven Castle's gone. Donovan Clingan's gone. A lot of their powerhouses are gone, but this team is going to be based a lot just off Alex Karolinko, bro. And what's his face? The tall white boy, man.
Liam McNeely, who
McNeely too, but what's Caravan, bro? Like, Caravan's going to be the guy.
NBA guy. He's an NBA player. This team, I'd love to get your take on who you way too early, like Final Four, if you will, but
bro, I mean, I'm
got to be in it, no?
Biased. I'm not even being biased, bro. I know it's gonna sound like the worst thing in the world. I'm not being biased at all. I swear to God, Duke is by far, by far the best team in college basketball coming into next year. It's not even close, bro.
They better not choke.
I'm being so serious, bro. Go look at it, bro. I swear to God, 7 5-stars in the building. Okay, 7 of them. Okay. 3 of our main guys from last year coming back, okay? No Jared, no Flip. That's it. Everybody else is back. And then on top of it all, who? The next LeBron James, Cooper Flag in the building. It's just not even close, bro. Duke is by far the best team. And we got 3 guys coming from the transfer portal. We have a 7'1" guy, bro. A 7'1" guy coming in. What am I watching? Why am I watching Drew Timmy highlights? Why am I watching Drew Timmy? What is happening? What is happening? Was this game close, by the way? This game was probably close against Georgia State.
This guy looks like he's like 30 years old.
Give me that. Look at that, Drew
Timmy's
Timmy.
like 40, bro. He's like 40 years old.
Look at this move
Is
right
Drew
here.
Timmy leagued or what? Is he in the league now or no? What's the deal?
Just watch greatness. Hold on. Watch this one play. Ready? Oh,
that's actually so.
I like how you know the highlight.
Oh, that's so tough.
It's tough. He's tough, bro. But I think he went to the Bucks for a little bit, then he got bounced. I don't think. He's in the league.
Damn, man, bro. Drew Timmy was like, how? That is the one thing, bro. And we can have this conversation any day of the week. That you guys, we would love to have this conversation. I don't even know if we have a time, but the amount of talent in college basketball that doesn't get rewarded in the NBA, I feel like it's one of the most insane things. Maybe I'm a little biased because you guys, like, you're an NBA guy, Jack. I'm a college basketball diehard.
Mhm.
So, like, there's no reason to me why Drew Timmy was an absolute legend at Gonzaga. He averaged over 27 points a game his junior and senior year. He went to 2 Final Fours. He was an absolute dog, could make any shot, any move in the paint ever. And he's got no room in the NBA.
Yeah, he's
It's
on the Wisconsin
because-
herd right now.
Like,
It's crazy.
isn't that insane, bro?
The NBA you want to hear something, Lloyd? It's because not every NBA team wants to necessarily win a championship right now. There are many teams just care about prospects and trying to find dudes who have a higher ceiling. Hence why Trace Jackson Davis was the 57th pick in last year's draft and was like literally passed by 56 guys. There's a reason why these guys that succeed in college basketball that are playing the post, that are these big men that might not have all of the athleticism in the world or maybe can't shoot the rock. There's one weakness to their game, and it's going to cost them an NBA career because a team doesn't see them as like, oh, you can grow. People probably look at Drew Timmy and say he can't turn into anything more than what he already is right now. And that's a sad thing, but it's kind of just the nature of like college to professional sports. You see it in the NFL. Tim Tebow, what the hell was he in the NFL? There's just prime examples. I don't get it. I really don't, but it's like Drew Timmy needs to be remembered forever as a legend, right?
You guys remember Luke Garza?
Yeah,
Luke Garza. Yeah,
he's apparently he's hooping in the G League right now.
Mm-hmm. No, he's on the Timberwolves on the bench, but yeah, he's not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, Luka Garza, another guy that just averaged like 35 in college. Like, he averaged 35 a game. Like, he did.
He was probably one of the more overrated basketball players in college history. Say what you want.
He wasn't overrated, man.
I think
he showed up every night, man. He showed up every single night.
It was
I'm not going to use that overrated word. I mean, he was.
People made him out to be a Michael Jordan of college basketball while he was playing. I'm like, he's scoring a lot, but what else does he like? I'd be doing the same thing if I was 7 feet tall.
Jack, who's the greatest college basketball player of all time?
Bill Walton.
Oh,
no,
that doesn't count.
Rest in peace, Bill Walton.
LeBron James.
Fun fact. Bill Walton died he died the same day that the last Pac-12 event was ever played.
That's a beautiful thing. That is
and as a diehard Pac-12 guy that Bill Walton was, hey, buddy was loyal, went with his conference.
That's
you got to respect it, bro.
Greatest college basketball player of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go Leitner, but I flirt between like Christian Leitner, Steph Curry, and Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk?
Sometimes I can't with this show, bro.
Give me yours. Tell me who
you be driving this motherfucker insane on this show,
you
bro.
tell me I'm an NBA guy. If I'm an NBA guy, I can say whatever the hell I want about college basketball. I think Kelly Olynyk was the greatest single college basketball player I've ever seen.
Kelly Olynyk, bro.
You put him on
I just say Zion Williamson at that point.
No. If you put Kelly Olynyk on any college basketball team in the history of life, he is the MVP of that team because he was a big who could shoot. If anything, Kelly Olynyk was like the first big man to start shooting threes.
Now I'm trying to think of like the first big that I knew in college that just like stroked it.
Is Kelly Olynyk the GOAT of college basketball?
Jerry West dies at 86.
Oh, right now?
Right now, boys. But
The logo.
the logo.
No, rest in peace.
Wow.
What?
What? No way, bro. How? I gotta turn this up. Hold on. I gotta hear it out.
Collegiate players ever, an Olympian, one of the greatest NBA players ever. Of course, he is the logo, the silhouette that you see every single time you see the NBA logo. That is a silhouette of Jerry West. He was one of the great players of scoring points in enormous numbers at a time where there were no three-point shots in basketball, leading the Lakers to 9 NBA finals in his 13 seasons, winning just once. But interestingly,
Dude, Jerry West is built different,
the
bro.
only person ever to be named the MVP of a finals that his team
May he rest in peace, man.
is playing.
The only player to ever be named Finals MVP and lost a series.
And that certainly isn't even beginning to do him justice. He's in the handful of greatest players that ever touched a basketball in their lives. He then went on to a brief but successful career in coaching and then an enormous career as an executive, particularly running the Los Angeles Lakers. His acquisitions included James Worthy, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, hiring Phil Jackson as their coach. I don't think it's overstating it to say basketball as we know it today has been shaped by Jerry West about as much as it has been by any other person that ever.
Dude, that's crazy, bro.
That's wild. Rest in peace to Jerry West.
Holy shit.
That's a legend.
Dude, this just came out literally 2 seconds ago.
The logo, bro.
The logo is gone, bro. Oh, dude, bro. He did so much for basketball. That's insane, bro.
Wow.
Dude, he's a legend. He died at 86, man. Lived a good life.
Lived a great life.
Shout out Jerry West, bro.
Shout out
Wow.
Jerry.
I mean, he was a bucket, too. Look at Jerry. Jerry got buckets, bro. I mean, he's better than Tatum. I mean, bro, Nathan, he's better than Tatum.
Yeah. I'm taking Jerry over Tatum all time.
Why
Look
is
at this. Yeah, you
Tatum
guard
just
this,
catching
bro.
strays, bro?
What do you mean, bro? He
Tatum
played
just-
14 seasons in the NBA. He was selected to the All-Star team 14 times. That's all I'm going to say.
That's beautiful. That's very impressive stuff.
Wow. The best college basketball player of all time. Sadly, it's a guy that went to North Carolina by the name of Tyler Hansborough. But after that,
Oh,
I
that's
would
a
say-
great one. I love that one.
I would say secondly, you got to put Leitner up there. Leitner is up there.
Was he like a bust in the NBA?
Yeah.
He's top 3. Tyler Hansborough was an absolute bust, yes, but he is the greatest college basketball player of all time. It's not even close. If you ask anybody that question, everybody should have the same answer because how dominant he was.
I guarantee
he's-
nobody says Tyler Hansborough.
Just 6'8", white boy from the cornfields, went to North Carolina and just fucking ate up everybody's lunch, bro.
Yo, Lloyd, I got a question for you. So
Yeah.
yesterday, Nate and I, we did a draft. It was or 2 days ago. It was the biggest names in sports in 2024. And
Oh, okay.
so without telling you kind of how the draft broke down, who is your the top 3 names in sports right now? Or you could just give me the first name. Who's the biggest name in sports in 2024 right now in this moment?
Worldwide.
Who would it be?
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Bro,
Worldwide biggest name in all of sports worldwide.
right now. Just right now, what is the biggest name in sports?
Like the number one name that jumps in my head right now is Caitlin Clark.
Yeah!
Now I don't think she's the biggest per se, but she came to
Shit,
mind.
bro.
What?
I mean, she's box office.
This guy
for
got
sure,
way too
bro.
ahead.
Thank you, bro. Dude, she's box office. He was saying like Ronaldo and Messi and
Like,
LeBron.
she's
Like, give me
box
a break.
office. Like, she is. Like, obviously, more people probably know who Messi and Ronaldo is. Let's not be dumb. But, like, right now, like, 2024, like, Messi hasn't done nothing. Ronaldo hasn't done nothing. Like, you're talking this year. I think it's got to be Caitlin Clark. I think it has to be.
Nate, you have to. I feel like you have to back yourself up here because
Bro,
Roy just
her
proved me
net
wrong.
worth is like no. I mean, sure, maybe like if you could like
Yeah,
if
but,
you
like, she
walk on
just
the
started.
streets of like Miami, for an example, and you say, "Oh, who's this versus who's this?" Everybody's recognizing Ronaldo or Messi before Caitlin Clark, unless you go to a fucking cornfield in Iowa. That's it.
I disagree. I disagree, bro. I think everybody and their mother knows who Caitlin Clark is right now.
No, that's crazy. My mom doesn't know who Caitlin Clark is.
I agree with Nate on that point.
I just think that it's not fun to say Messi or Ronaldo. Like y'all are just
Yeah,
cheating
it's
by saying that shit.
it's definitely
a
not. But like,
worldwide,
dude,
bro.
in 2024, Caitlin Clark is more box office than both of them.
Thank
I
you.
think Victor
Like-
Wembanyama is more box office than Caitlin Clark. Actually.
All right, if you put an Oreo, if you put an arena in the middle of the world, and Caitlin Clark was the headliner or Messi was the headliner, who sells out more?
Messi, bro. People will fucking crawl to see Messi. People will. People will sell their houses to like kiss his feet.
Yeah, bro.
like,
I mean, Messi's probably the most famous athlete in the entire world, bro.
Easily.
But like but the question's not most famous.
It's
The question is in 2024, who is the most box office athlete? I would say it's Caitlin Clark.
I mean, maybe.
But like, I also
potential-wise.
agree with Nathan. Like, I agree with him as well.
No, you don't. You're saying Caitlin Clark.
Well, no, but like, you guys are kind of making two different points here.
That's what we always do.
That's what I'm saying. You're not really arguing. You're not really arguing like each other. So yeah, that's why I'm allowed to agree with both of you. That's funny.
Bro, we do a draft and we're just drafting different things. Like, what the hell are you talking about right now?
Bro, we always draft different things.
It's really
That's
funny.
just hilarious.
Caitlin Clark. I mean, you say Luka would be like 2. Like,
I think Wemby. It's Wemby.
Take Messi and Ronaldo out of it. Take Messi.
All right,
Ronaldo
this was what the draft was.
Yeah, what was the draft?
Let me pull it up. Got it in my notes. All right. So I went with Caitlin Clark with my first pick. Then, see, this is gonna Nate's hiding himself right now. He said Victor Wembanyama with his 1. Okay.
Yes.
Then I went LeBron. He went with Ronaldo. Then I went with Mahomes. He went with Messi. I went with Steph Curry. He went with
Curry's
Mbappe.
You went with who?
Nate went with Mbappe. I went with Curry.
Oh, Mbappe. I went with Mbappe. Okay.
And the last picks, I went with Tiger Woods, and Nate went with Bronny James. Who wins the draft?
Bronny James was kind of a meme pick, but like, to be honest, I could still defend Bronny James.
He was defending it.
Yeah,
I mean, technically, you could defend. I can make some arguments for Bronny. You guys didn't know, nobody picked Ohtani. You guys don't think Ohtani's box office?
See, I was thinking about that too. And he definitely is. He definitely
He's
is.
the one that I would put. Like, dude, there's a reason that there's fucking 40,000 people at Dodger Stadium every fucking night.
So if you were to make like a top 5 of it, I feel like it would probably have to be any version of Messi, Caitlin Clark.
I mean, mine would be Messi, Ronaldo, Caitlin Clark. I would put Ohtani in there, and then I would say
Tiger.
No, not anymore. Not in 2024.
LeBron.
I still think Tiger.
I can't.
Until LeBron retires.
I think if Tiger Woods is playing golf, everyone is racing to watch that over any golfer in the world right now, including Scotty Scheffler.
I mean, yeah, but you can say that forever, bro. But he's like not. I mean, Tiger Woods, yeah, like he was box office like when he was good. Like it's not. Nobody wants to go watch Tiger shoot 10 over at the Masters anymore.
I think people do.
Okay, well that's a fair point. I mean, my Yeah, my fifth one would be, I mean, you could argue Bron, you could argue
Steph.
like Steph, yeah. You could argue Luka right now. Like I'd love to go see Luka play, so I would buy a ticket to go see Luka play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be. I'd put Luka there, probably top 5.
All right. Well, I say we maybe get a player prop or something here for tonight's game.
I know. I wish I had plays to give the boys in the chat because I haven't looked at any of the baseball slate
You're
today
good,
yet
bro.
at all. I got to cap it. So
You're good. Hey, get on. If you're tuned in here, make sure you get on SoBet. Use code Jackpot to sign up. Tail Lloyd's plays all day today. Check
Lloyd,
them out.
yeah.
I said this earlier. I love this play, mostly because Kristaps might not be playing tonight, but Tatum's rebounds plus assists is at 15.5. So I'm liking that over.
15.5. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I know he's a rebound machine. It's just
He goes for 12 and 6 is what I said. I feel like that's a lock.
Yeah.
My
I mean, player props tonight, bro. Like, I mean, I hate dying on this throne, bro. I don't even know what the line's at. I haven't looked at it. Again, game 3, it's at 8:30 tonight. If Kyrie Irving, if he doesn't show up tonight, he will be the biggest waste of specimen on this planet. And he, like, dude, at some point you don't have any, like nobody can defend you anymore. Like, nobody can defend you anymore. Okay, you went to Boston, sick. Now you're at home, okay? Now you're at home, right? You got bitched by the fans and the team by itself for the past, past 2 weeks you were in Boston, right? For game 1 and game 2 of the NBA Finals. Now you go back home. If he doesn't show up tonight, and I don't want to hear the complaining because we've watched him and Luka do it all season. Luka is doing it still in the NBA Finals by himself right now. And Kyrie is just the other guy that's not doing anything. And you could argue it's the defense. Well, Luka's finding ways to score. Luka's scoring. So Kyrie, go score. And if he doesn't score tonight, they lose the series. So whatever Kyrie's points is, up.
Yeah, he got it at 23.5, I believe. Am I crazy to say that Luka's actually not playing as well as people are making him out to be playing?
Yes, you would be insane for saying that because of how insane the defenses the Boston Celtics are playing, and he's still.
Yeah, that's fair, but I feel like people are like Luka the MVP, like they're gonna give it to Luka.
No, the only reason people are saying that is because the Celtics haven't had somebody like just go nuts yet. Like as of right
I feel like
now,
it's a really good bet to take Tatum at Finals MVP right now. It's plus money. He's still the favorite though, and if he goes for 40 tonight, he wins Finals MVP. All he's got to do is go for 35 plus in one night, and they give Jason Tatum the Finals MVP.
Wait a second, Jack. Keep cooking. Keep cooking for a second.
No, I do agree with that.
I just pulled up FanDuel.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Like, bro,
right now,
he's plus
money. He probably Drew Holiday.
Yeah, but this is after
plus 140
the first 2 games. We know exactly what we get on at home, bro. We talk about this all the time. It's the role players. This is not a 2-game series. Tatum and Brown are the 2 guys that we rely on the most on the road. So let's see what happens. But if you were to actually bet something right now, I go Tatum's MVP in this current moment. What is it at?
Plus 140. $10 is going to win you 14.
Well, throw $1 million on it.
Yeah, but I like that. Like that's something that I would put like $300-400 on and just see how much you can cash. Because that's just again like, dude, he just has to go for like 28 like twice.
I have a ticket that I placed before. I have a ticket that I placed before the series. It was this is my only kind of like future ticket on the NBA Finals. Celtics in 5 with Tatum MVP.
Well, damn, where'd you get that at?
100 to win 546.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. By the way, off topic, I have the team that wins the World Series, and I placed it 3 days ago. Future
Dodgers.
It's not the Dodgers. It's not the Yankees.
It is
Hell
the
no. Neither one of those teams will win it.
Interesting. Okay. Who what's the play?
Baltimore Orioles.
I was gonna guess the
World
Orioles.
Series plus 1,000. Okay, they win the World Series. $100. Bring me a band. I love it, dude. I love it, bro. I love it. They have the pitching. They do. They have the guys. They're the hottest team in baseball right now. They are going to be up top the AL Central. They're unbelievable. I love what they have got. Corbin Burns, Cole Irvin. They got some serious guys that can deal. Gunnar Henderson looks like the MVP. Adley Rutschman's a stud. They have Mountcastle. They Cedric Mullins. They have guys all the way down the lineup. I love the Baltimore. Like, it's a good future to have on the Baltimore Orioles to win the World Series.
Right. Deepak on SoBet has literally taken Baltimore in every single 4-teamer
yeah.
he has. He take Baltimore money line every single day and is cashing just about every single day.
Yo,
My question is, because if you're not fully in tuned with baseball or you don't keep up with it as often as like you would, right? Like I'm kind of more the casual baseball fan. I'm getting more into it.
Sure.
But I feel like I took a couple of years where I wasn't really fully into it.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did the Baltimore Orioles come from? Like, why did you just take them? I know you kind of explained it a little bit, but I felt like Baltimore used to be the joke of the league.
No, they were. They really were, bro. I mean, they drafted Adley. Obviously, Adley came in, dynamic switch hitter catcher. It worked out for him. Then Gunnar came in. I'm not gonna lie, bro. They drafted some really solid players. They're not a team that's gone around and gone and grabbed any specific pieces from any teams, really. They've worked in their bullpen a little bit, but like, I mean, Pittman got Corbin Burns from, the Brewers. Obviously, they brought him over. They brought some pitching over, but it really was, they brought a couple pitchers over, man. And Cole Irvin's been there. So, I mean, like, they have one more pitcher who's super dynamic, too. Like, Albert Suarez pitched yesterday, and he was unbelievable yesterday. So, like, they have they have a deep enough pitch. This is the thing about winning the World Series, man. You got to have 3 stud pitchers to win the World Series. Because if you don't, you're long term, you're screwed, bro. You're fucked. You're not gonna be able to do it because you're gonna have games.
Explain
where
that in NFL terms.
Like, okay,
You need a quarterback, a defense, and a head coach.
Well, that's where I would say, like, dude, you need a head coach. Like, the reason that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are so good is because of Andy Reid. Is Mahomes great? Yes.
If you get the quarterback coach duo down, then you're good.
Like, yes, like you need 3 pitchers that can go out there and deal any night, bro. Like, and that's why I like dissecting there. I'm like, well, who really has it? Okay, the Phillies have it. Technically, the Dodgers have it, but like the Dodgers are the Dodgers and they blow it every year. So like, it's not the Yankees. I mean, Garrett Cole's not back yet. You could argue that Lewis Gill could be like, a Cy Young candidate, but like so they only really have 2 right now until Garrett Cole comes back. Obviously, Garrett Cole, Cy Young winner. Obviously, like, he was a stud. So when he comes back, he'll be fine. But like you have to have 3 main guys. Like, your pitching is your head coach. The batting part is the fun baseball part where Mahomes and the boys get to go make plays. It's in the pitching is where it's most important, and they have the guys to do it. I really love it, especially at the number I got. Plus 1,000 for a top 4 team in baseball to win the World Series. I love it. I think it was an automatic for me because the Yankees will choke. They're obviously the best team in baseball right now by far. It's pretty much not even close.
Yeah.
Bringing Juan Soto over completely changed that ball club. It's like not even fair. Their batting order is insane, bro.
Is that not the greatest?
It's disgusting, bro. It is so nasty. I mean, it really is, bro. Like, I mean, you just go down the line, bro, and it's just, I mean.
So how does that? Why? Explain to me why
cap space
in baseball.
Like,
why in baseball can a team have the 2 best? You got Mookie Betts and you got Shohei Ohtani. In NBA terms, that's Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. When the Yankees got Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, the list goes on. They got Anthony Rizzo batting 6th. How is that possible?
Yeah,
you still don't win the World Series because you don't have pitchers.
Well, and again, like, they actually have decent pitching. I mean, the lineup's disgusting, bro. I mean, you go from Judge. I mean, it's really Soto. I forget who leads off for the Yankees. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I'm forgetting right now. But it's Volpe. Okay, so I mean, it's pretty much Volpe, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton. You go after him. You go to Oswaldo Cabrera, and then you go 6 is Rizzo, and then I mean, dude, just like listen to those guys at his name. Those guys are insane at baseball, all of them.
That's
Like
Top
it's
six
just
is
like,
crazy.
and
Gleyber
that's just the top
Torres.
6. I don't know the rest of the order, but it's just like, dude, it's insane how good they are. And the main reason they can do it, bro, is because there's no cap space in baseball, and obviously New York and LA are going to be the 2 most marketed teams by far. It's not even close.
Why do they not win it all when they have Steph Curry and Kevin Durant?
Because they choke. They choke like they choke like Reggie back in the day. Like it's just that's just what they do, bro. Like the Dodgers last year and the AL whatever, like the semifinal, whatever we call the conference finals in fucking the NBA. They choked. I mean they let the Diamondbacks beat them. Like choked, bro. A Diamondbacks team that had no business. Neither one of the teams that went to the World Series last year had no reason to be there.
I looked up. I'm like, the Rangers are playing the Diamondbacks?
Bro, the Diamondbacks were so bad. They had 2 players. They had Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll. They basically had nobody else. They had 1 pitcher. No wonder they got smoked in the World Series. The Rangers, okay, I mean, Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, Adolis Garcia. Yeah, they had some studs. Fine, whatever. And then they won. Okay, great. Like, Adolis Garcia went nuts. That's why they won. He had like 31 RBIs in the postseason. It was insane. The most amount of RBIs by one individual player ever of all time in a World Series. He was disgusting, and that's why they won. But neither one of those teams, neither one had any business making it to the World Series. And this year, I'm telling you, dude, if they choke, the Dodgers choke and the Yankees choke like they always do, I'm telling you, bro, the team that's gonna sneak up the rear is the Baltimore Orioles plus 1,000 to win the World Series. I fucking love it.
I love
Hey,
it.
I gotta head out, but I gotta play for the people before I head out. Derek White to win NBA Finals MVP. It's at plus 4,800. $50 wins you $2,400. Lock it in right now, fellas.
Derek White.
And that's the play. Oh, blocked by White. Yeah.
Oh, man. Funny.
All right. Well, I got to head out, so I'll see you fellas tomorrow.
All righty, brother.
Peace out.
Peace, brother.
He really about to say that. He really about to say that as his line.
Dude, I still think that there's no way that they just don't give it to Tatum. You like this. The Celtics are going to win this series. And I'm going to be happy for you because you will get to win a championship. I haven't had a championship in a very long time. My last one was 2015. I got 2. Ohio State and Duke in the same year. I was the most lucky guy on the planet. But I just, I don't see a world they don't give it to Jason Tatum, bro. I mean, even if, the best player just always gets it, bro. Iguodala was, the one odd man out year that you can even think of in all of NBA history where somebody won the finals MVP that just didn't really deserve it.
But it's similar. The storyline from that year to this year in a lot of ways is similar with just the award because I always talk about how Steph was kind of coming up and it was he had just won MVP and there's LeBron it's LeBron's league and LeBron's kind of dealing with this team versus Golden State. They didn't want to give it to Steph. They didn't. They wanted to protect LeBron's legacy, if anything. They didn't want to give it to some scrawny white boy coming into the league and all of a sudden he beats LeBron in the finals and he gets finals MVP and he wins the MVP and then, oh, by the way, wins unanimous one the following year. I felt like the media with the finals MVP award a lot of times tries to control the narrative when in reality, give it to whoever is the true MVP, give it to them. Stop trying to compare, stop trying to create narratives with the MVP award. But I'm a little bit worried that it is an MVP. It is a media award decided by the media. And if anybody is going to be like, hey, we're not giving it to Tatum, it's the goddamn media.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But the media hates Tatum. I don't know what it is. And again, I know that, we're Tatum guys, whatever, but the media for some reason, man, they just don't like Jason Tatum, bro. They just don't for some reason, bro. It irritates the media when he Just because everybody wants him to be like this. Everybody wants him to be LeBron. And that is really what it is, to be honest with you, bro. And he's just not yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, you get this one under your belt, like, no matter what, the Boston Celtics will be around for a long time. Like, they will be in contention for the next 10 years.
Thank you. This is what I try and tell people all the time.
Like,
Like, why are we
so
talking about a closed window? They
yeah,
have
like,
Tatum and Brown.
It's not really a closed window. They both gave the super max. Now, you can mix and match the exchange pieces every year, like every team does, bro. Like, you're not gonna have Porzingis every year. You're not gonna have Drew Holiday every year. You're not gonna have Derek White. Okay, well, before Derek White went to the Celtics, he sucked. Let's be honest. Okay, he wasn't any good. So he was
It's
at the
Tatum
Spurs.
and Brown who make players around them better.
Yes. So it's like you can argue that they could arguably make any player do the same thing. So it's just, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm excited for Tatum to get his first. I really do think the series is over. I'm not gonna lie, because they're just so hard to beat, bro.
Mhm.
Like, I don't see them losing 4 times. You don't. This is not a team that you have to beat 1 time. You have to beat them 4 times, and I don't see it happening. I know the line is -2.5 tonight, but guess what? I'm looking at a stat right here. Boston Celtics are 6-0 on the road this postseason. I mean, like,
They could end this series tonight.
and they've been held to under 100 points in both games. Like, it's just okay. Like, it's over. Those things tell you that it's over. It's just not like it's, even if going back to, like, it's one thing if you're down 2-0 and you're like, all right, like, it's it's like Minnesota versus whoever they were down 2-0 against came back and won.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, we're down 2-0. All right, let's do it. Whatever, bro. Like, or then that's what I'm gonna say. The Nuggets, when they were down 2-0 against Minnesota, and you felt like it could still be a series. This series does not feel like that, bro. It feels like it's over already.
But it's a win. It's a Dallas statement game away from being a real series. If Dallas comes out and wins tonight, and in dominant fashion, in a convincing fashion, whatever the case may be, Dallas wins game 3.
Yeah.
The focus shifts to Dallas could tie this thing up, or Boston gets it to 3-1 with a chance to close it out in game 5. But if you're Dallas, you can't lose tonight. And Boston's coming in here thinking we're going to win this game and go up 3-0 and basically say we're the world champs. So,
and I'll tell you what, if I'm Boston, I know it's cliche to say this, but I don't really want to win game 4. Dude, you want that championship. You want to celebrate that championship in Boston.
Yeah. Take care of business tonight, though, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry.
So much pressure on yourself to win game 4. We can win game 4.
You can gentlemen sweep. It looks just the same. Everything's fine. Yep, absolutely. I like that a lot. Win game 3, lose game 4 barely. Go back home and win by 20 and close it out.
And Jason Tatum wins his first championship.
He does. He does. I don't know how many he'll get.
Well, all it takes is one. You're a shooter. I'm a shooter. You see that thing go in?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's like, damn, now we know how to make it.
Yep. I mean, no, you do. I mean, and again, dude, you're talking about – nobody's talking about how dominant this team is. This is a team that's lost 2 games. I don't know
how well built they are for the future.
Like, yeah, well, exactly. And how many teams have ever lost 2 playoff games? Like, say they sweep Dallas. How many teams have ever done that?
I think Golden State maybe did it once where they like just ran through everybody, but even then there were moments where they dropped a game here or there.
Like, I think that, like, well, that's like the greatest team of all time we're talking about.
I feel like this Celtics team, though, like I call them like the greatest starting 5 ever. I want to start saying it's kind of the start of the greatest starting 5 ever. If you keep this core together for 3 to 5 years, I mean, the possibilities are endless. And you got to imagine by year 4 of it, by their 3rd championship that they've won, by their 4th, like look at Steph, look at LeBron, their best teams, at least for Steph, in many ways, maybe not. I feel like the best version of Steph Curry was in 2022. So then I say, well, Tatum's about to win his first championship and everyone's judging him for all these different things. Wait till he wins his 3rd or 4th and see how he looks when he's at his 4th championship. Because Tatum is just going to continue to get better year in, year out. That's all he's done for the first 6 years. What's going to change? I just feel like the possibilities are endless, and this is the very beginning of a Boston Celtic dynasty in this era of life.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know, dude. I mean, if you keep this core together, if you keep this main core together for the next 5 years, and you keep Porzingis and find a way to keep Drew Holiday, dude, Drew Holiday is like a big part of this team too, because he's been to the finals before.
Huge.
He's played in the big games. He's won the championships. Like, he's a massive part of this team. He's the main reason why Kyrie is struggling right now. And I know not everybody's talking about it, but it's really Jaylen Brown. I'll tell you what, man, props to Jaylen Brown. I didn't think that he had that in him.
No, and he gets left off a first, second, third team, doesn't make the Team USA, and he comes out here and I'll say it, he's looked like one of the best players in basketball.
Yes, I agree. And we need to stop comparing the two anyway.
Yep.
But
I agree.
Shout out to Jaylen Brown. He's playing really well, especially defensively. And Drew Holiday is a massive part of this team. If you keep this team together, dude, they win at least. If you keep them together for the next 5 years, I could argue that they win at least 2 more, maybe 3. I mean, because they're just so good, bro. Like, and Tatum's only going to get better, bro. Like, I know you're going to hate this, right? But you could make the argument that Jason Tatum has played C-level basketball.
I look at it and I say,
and they're going to win.
I look at it and I say, how are they? Right. I look at it and I say, if Tatum was making shots, what would this team look like? That's the thing
they
I
wouldn't
ask.
lose.
I don't take it as a negative. I take it as, holy shit. How would we look if Tatum and Brown were playing at their best right now?
Yes. And they're not. And that's the scariest part, dude. And Porzingis woke this team up.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's gonna be a big part of a role in tonight's game. I don't know. It says he has a rare injury to his left leg on the TV right now. He's questionable for tonight's game. Assuming he's going, obviously, but he's gonna need
surgery. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
So he's gonna need surgery after the year, but basically the injury is like you can tape it up, you can play through it, but one tweak, one bad landing, and it's like, so to me,
a little bit,
I don't play him. At least game 3, I don't play Kristaps. I know you want him to run up and down the court. I would rather have guys that are healthy out there.
How much better is the injury going to get from game 3 to game 4?
You're right. So maybe you just throw him out there.
So, why not just, fucking throw him out there?
If he wants to play, let him play. If he says he can play, let him play.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would do the same thing. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, man. I'm excited excited for tonight's game. Excited for game 3.
Yes, sir, bro. Appreciate you for coming on today, Lloyd. It's always a pleasure. And hey, fellas, make sure that you lock in Baltimore Orioles to win the World Series. That is a plus money ticket for the ages. That if that happens and it's not in your pocket, we're gonna be like, hey, we told you here on the edition of the Morning Jackpot presented by SoBet. So, Lloyd, appreciate you for coming on today.
Oh yeah, no, appreciate you, brother, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you a little bit.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right.
All righty, fellas. That is gonna do it for the Morning Jackpot today. We will be back on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. But before we get out of here, let's quickly hop on SoBet, our proud sponsor, and check out to see if they got any plays. Are there any NBA plays, any MLB plays? Looks like Nasty is giving out a play right now. So let's go check this out. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure you go sign up for SoBet, SoBet.io. Use code Jackpot to sign up. Best sports betting experts in the world giving out the best plays. Gonzaga. What's Yeah, that's an electric crowd at Gonzaga. I'll tell you that much. Game 3, and it's almost even money. Who you guys like? Just don't know. If the NBA Finals, the home team covers the spread in game 1, 85%. If a team comes home down 0-2, they have won 73% of the time. NBA playoffs continue tonight. Be ready, squad. So basically, if you want to hop on SoBet, they're giving out picks, predictions for the NBA Finals tonight. You're just going to get the best plays. We got a little prize picks right here. See, Jason Tatum, more than 15.5 rebounds, assists, and then Kyrie Irving, points, assists over 28.5. I like both of those. I think Kyrie's got to have a bounce back. But make sure you hop on SoBet if you're new. And, leave a like, subscribe to the stream. Fellas, that's basically going to do it for today's show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for supporting the show. Let's go get game 3. Tatum 40 ball. That's going to do it. The Morning Jackpot presented